Hello everybody, welcome back to the next episode of RC Fourbieman, the 101th episode. We're going to have a bit of a look at behind the scenes, this one here, and have a look at a few different things. But first of all, I want to talk about droop. Now come on fellas, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, in actual fact, there's sometimes with fellas that have got droop and I'm pretty sort of like excited about it. You know what I mean? I wish I had droop. Or at least I had droop as good as that. But anyway, don't be embarrassed. You know, you get these ones that they just, even though they've got droop, it just performs. Like my droop, it just comes out, hangs there. It's not really effective. But I'm learning more and more because I'm a bit envious of those fellas that got excellent droop. So we're going to have a bit of a chat about that. And of course we're talking about, you know, with your suspension and your ability to hang down. You thought I was talking about something else, didn't you? No, we're going to have a bit of a chat about droop. I've learned a little bit. I've had a bit of testing and I've got a couple of nice little shocks that I'm going to explain here. So, first of all, let's have a look a little bit behind the scenes of what actually goes into me and what I do. So in my 100th episode, the previous one to this one, you would have seen it start like this. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is RC Fourbieman. That little scene that you just saw there, which only took a number of seconds, that took 2 days, over $100 and a lot of failures and a lot of messing around to come up with that. And it sort of went something along the lines of this. So I get myself all the tables and the benches set up. Somebody put me trucks, start bringing them out, looking at different ways to put them. Thought, oh, I'll add a few more, put a bit of a shelf in the bottom. There's shifting all these out from the hobby room. All right, shoot on down, get some low grade sort of poppy stuff and me switch. Come back, mess around with string and super glue and it all together in this old broken shop I had. Had it all finished up, so theoretically that'll go brrr. And way to go. Sat it there. This was going to initially be behind me. There's me standing there sizing up, finding out, and I thought, no, actually I might not even be in the scene. So I was looking at, thinking, yep, I'll just do it without it. So here we go. After all this, complete and utter failure. Oh man, that sucked. A lot of work went into that. So I'm used. I've committed myself this far. What can I do? Chatting with one of the mates, and he informed me of a way to make a sparkle thing. Kids don't try it at home. So I had a little thought about it, and I thought, well, I've got to have something, so I'll give it a go. Went out, made sure everything was safe, it was a proper environment, and give it a try. This happened. Back to the drawing board, go and get it again, do it all again, go back out, make sure that things aren't going to fall over. Went back out and then got the shot, which resulted in what you see. So you can see there's been a lot of work's gone into just that little tiny bit. At one stage it was a day's worth, and then that ended up going into 2 days worth. So yeah, and then all that stuff that was out here, I had to put it all back. Yeah, it was a big job. But anyway, I was pretty happy with the intro, and hopefully you guys were too. But anyway, that's just like for example an intro. Yeah, a lot of work. Anyway, let's have a bit of a look see at this droop setup, and we'll talk about this new setup that I'm going to try, which I believe is going to improve the cruiser's ability to do what it used to, well, to do what my nerd used to do. Now, those that have been around and known me for a little while, you would remember the nerd, the old grey Defender. That's going to be resurrected. And I'd say probably even reproduce the body, because I've got another body in there which I'm going to do the same, but join it differently, where it's a lot more tidy. But yeah, that was an absolute weapon. Now, when that thing was on the road and I was using that as a crawler, it was one of those ones where people went, wow, that thing, it crawls unbelievable. Well, that had about a year's worth of me playing with it. So my cruiser, which is my new daily drive, that's the one that I need to get up to speed and get happening again. But it's got a lot of issues, it's got a lot of problems. But for example, we're going to talk about like you've got original standard foams, and the foams that are in these tyres are absolutely buggered. But we've talked before about hair buns. These ones here are the next size up, because these are a bigger tyre. But I did it on the Hilux and it was absolutely awesome. So we're going to give it a try with these Hyrax and a couple of dollar foams. That'll come up, and the new droop suspension in the back. Once all that's done, I think it's going to improve things immensely. So we'll have a bit of a look-see at this now, and I'll explain what I've done with the shockies, and then we might have a look at a bit of behind the scenes out and about with RC Fourbieman. So get yourself comfortable, come along for the ride, and yeah, it should be good for a laugh. Let's go. This reel off there. So with the droop suspension, this isn't a very good example. All this is I think it's a King brand, I think it is. Normally has an external spring with your nut adjustment there. But I wanted to just utilise something that was similar to the Prices which I've got on the front. So you've got your suspension travel, which you'll see there. So droop suspension, my understanding is that your shock absorber or your suspension setup will allow for your axle to hang. So if you're in something, it'll allow your wheel to droop down into the hole and not so much pull the truck with it if you've got limited suspension. Now, a normal Traxxas shock absorber that comes with it has its completely out, completely in, completely out. That way, sorry. So you've only got that one mode of movement, out, and with a bit of weight on the truck sits, and then it bounces up and down, and it's got your capability of your oil flow through there to dampen like a normal shock would. So what I've got now is I've got a new setup, which are these Pricey shocks like I've got on the front. So now that's like a normal shock, which is normal, but then it'll also allow me that much droop. So it'll allow me that extra travel, and it's still giving me the support I'll need for the weight of the truck. So now I had to go with those shocks that I've got on there now, because they were the cleanest that I had at the time that was going to simulate this kind of a shock. For example, these shock absorbers, when I got them, and I'm still yet to find out why. Leave something in the comments if you know why. These, when I originally got them, they're set up to retract the piston back into the shock housing. Like normally you've got suspension where these ones are actually pulling it in so that can go fully in. Now, I don't know if that's another part of the droop setup that I don't know about yet, so if you do know, leave something in the comments for me to understand. But the way that I'm seeing it at the moment is I've got them set up the other way, so it'll be like a normal shock, but then it'll also allow, if there's a hollow, for it to droop down that little tiny bit extra, which hopefully will allow for the wheel travel down and not lift the front. Could be wrong, but the only way I'm going to know is if I give it a try and I learn. So if I'm right, we're learning together, and if I'm wrong, we don't listen to the bloody word I'm saying. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. So we're going to try that. The other thing is, inside these, when it comes to springs, I didn't have the correct size spring that would fit inside the housing. That's why at the moment it was only just to hang down. It didn't have any support whatsoever. So that's what we're going to investigate now. That's a spring there. Bloody great. I had to bust the glasses out to show you this. Now, just the other thing. See this spring here? That's the length of the spring that's in this. Now that little bit of extra travel out that I was talking about may need this shorter spring behind the plunger, so it'll still allow the shock to travel fully out, but it will also bring it back into normal ride height. Alright, I hope I haven't lost you. The reason that's an issue is because sometimes when I'm going down a really steep hill and the body, if the shocks are allowed to just fall to full extension, the body can just fall forward, which results in it wants to fall over itself. And that's the other issue. So we've got this spring in the top of the shocky housing, on top of the plunger or the piston, and so this little tinier spring there would probably end up, it'll be sort of like that, one spring on top, the shorter one underneath. That'll allow for the shock to still be able to go fully out, but to normally sit in the proper ride height. Once again, if you know this, put it in the comments so I know. I think I know, but it's all experimentation. I actually love this sort of stuff. It's good to work it out. So, I'm going to get into this, but what we might do is we might send you on the road and you can have a look at some of the stuff that happens out there with just everything messing around, while I mess around here with some shockies and some wheels. So you go and check this out, and I'll get this done. Talk to you soon.
I actually have a decent working alternator.
Does Jake still work at that powder coating place?
No.
No?
I don't know where he works now. Because he's gotten out of the hobby.
When I need some powder cutting done, just go across the bloody... Yeah, that's where Jake is, right? Yeah, I go and do the next review.
Gold. Alright, wasn't treating for mission accomplished.
He still did it.
When you're out there and you're driving around, okay, there's times when you're getting, I wouldn't call it serious, but you're either playing follow the leader or someone's found a great line. You think, oh, who can beat that? So we all sort of get in there and have a go. Look, sometimes it's just walking around, just sort of catching up and just chewing the fat, which is, sort of what you're seeing here.
Easy.
And then everyone just drove on the back
Actually, you probably could, once it drops the back down, you could definitely drop straight on the back of the tray, and then go straight off the side and around back in.
And that's not cheating.
Not at all. Oh, here you
It's
go.
like road wheelbase too.
Is this what they call a cheater rig?
That's it. I've lost my car now. had there for about 9 months now. What is it? Oh, I can't remember now. I just looked at it for bloody long.
I think it's the 2-wheel drive Rustler.
Yeah. Oh, is it? That's not a Slash.
Yeah.
It's not fast at the moment.
Or the Bandit, I can't remember. It's one of them.
Never ever let a photo opportunity go amiss when you're editing, because there might be just absent things that you've just recorded, which, as it turns out, the actual video is terrible, but there might be some great photos in it, you know, like this. See another opportunity, see, so I'll come across with my video and I'll videotape it and get all the different angles, and then what I can do later on is go through and choose me photos out of the video for the best angle. Don't you hate it when you're having a thrash of your bomber and you hear that noise? You know that noise? That noise? I'll show you. It sucks. Well, that's gotta suck. Broken uni. Yeah, well, there you go. Broke the bomber. I've broken the steering on that. That's the 3rd time I've broken it now. It's the way it leans. It's it was on a pretty sharp angle, come down heavy, and it actually broke the new style uni that I had. So I've got another one at home. I've got a spare. I'll put that in, but I might have to look and see if there's anything that's a bit stronger. Well, I've just got to settle down with my driving, one of the two. But anyway, that's part and parcel of it. You break it, you fix it, you drive it again. Not a bad little gnarly spot this. It goes up this side here, and there's another section up over the other side. It's, yeah, not too bad for a bit of challenging, you know, sort of crawly area. And, if I had had the bomber still going, it would have been a bit more action-packed with a bit of fast stuff. But anyway, that's how it goes. Hey, well, this has been great. Got together with the boys, just over there having a bit of a play, and yeah, just top little spot. Getting a bit buggered now like I normally do, but no, it's been an enjoyable time to come out. I better stop, keep going, otherwise I'll be lagging behind. Alright, one broken bomber. One cruiser in desperate need of attention. And associated crap. They can stay there. I know too that a lot of the time I say, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and there's a lot of projects that I've got on the back burner. Some still haven't even started. But that's okay. It's not that I've taken on more than I can handle. It's just that when the project's turned up and it was there, even though I've got no time for it whatsoever, I grabbed it because I know that it'll come in handy, i.e. the Land Cruiser Troopy. You know, that's going to be an absolute weapon to get going. And the beauty of that one is I've got everything that I need. I've even got the brand new chassis rails. So obviously I've got to build it from the chassis rails up. It's going to be awesome. You all know the green cruiser with the tray back on the leaf sprung with that really cool winch. That's coming, long way off. I've still got a few things to do to the whole. Basically everything in here needs something done to it. Like I just broke the bomber, so that's another one. This black shorty there, leaf sprung job. It was a weapon when it was going, so really looking forward to getting that one going again. Now all of these trucks are ones that are, doesn't matter how long it takes me to get them on the go, but had a lot of things going on, but we're getting to it. But like my daily cruiser with this droop suspension, wheels and tyres, I've got to get it right because I'm missing out, just not getting the opportunity, you know. But that's okay. So we are getting a few things done, and these simpler ones like the shockies and the tyres, like the hair buns, what I did on the Hilux. As you'll see by them, they're a lot narrower wheel, so naturally the narrower hair buns were perfect, but the Hyrax tyres, 1.9s I've got on the cruiser, they're a little bit quite fat, so we'll see how these other ones go. But anyway, yeah, I've got a few things on the go, and I don't always get to them, but it's not that I'm slack, it's just that I've grabbed the bits when I've seen them, just for later on, you know. Ron's a lucky fella at that later on. Right, anyway, back to it. Better start putting a bit of this gear away, but I've got a new intro that I've got to film too. So I've got the intro that I've had, that's alright, but it's because I've done 100 episodes now, I'll change it, get some fresher photos. So I've also been, you know, going a little bit into my archives on some of the ones, maybe a little more of a tidier photo than what they would be now. But yeah, so a little bit behind the scenes, I've actually got to go and build a new intro. There's a lot of work that's involved in that, from the very first bit to all the photos and videos in between, plus the end and the credits. So yeah, bit of a job there in itself. But anyway, going back looking at photos like this. They're just a couple of pics from like a while back. I've got a lot more that have in the collection there, but that's just a couple of random photos of the earlier ones. So yeah, I've got to go through and choose which ones to use in the new intro and then put it into the template. Then the template, I've got the opportunity then to sort of format it into something that's hopefully going to be a little bit better than the previous one that I made. So anyway, we'll give that a whack. Alright, now if I keep on going with this, the episode's going to become cruising along. I'm going to go ahead and mess around with these tyres and mess around with the shocks, set that other spring up in the bottom of the travel, and so next we meet, we're going to have the wheels and the shocks repaired, updated, upgraded on the cruiser, and we'll take it out for a strap and see how we go with that. I hope you've enjoyed this bit of a look behind the scenes. There's sort of like a lot goes into it. This is just a small taste of all of the things. There's all of a sudden spur at the moment, you know, trips to the other side of town and all sorts of things, but anything can happen. But I mean, I really enjoy what I'm doing, and it's because of the support that I've got from you guys. So once again, like I always say, huge shout out to my supporters, my subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, come on, jump on board. Hey, look, let's do something crazy. If I pick up another 20 subscribers in the next month, I'll do something stupid. I better not name something like, you know, jump the slash over some ravine or something, but yeah, it'll be something like that there. If I can pick up an extra 20 subscribers in a month, I'll do something stupid. So come on, click the button. Don't forget to hit the bell too, so when I upload, you'll know. And definitely hit the like to get on. It's a huge thing. It gives me a bit of a chubbly when I get to them, so that's cool. All right, look after your droop, look after each other. Happy crawling, and until next episode, yeah, look after each other. We'll just backstep. Look after each other. If you're having a bit of a difficult time, don't forget to sing out. You know what I'm saying. Sing out, share the load, share the burden, and it helps. And if you know someone who's not doing the best, ask the question, because it could mean the world of difference. All right, until next episode, with better tyres, better suspension. Enjoy yourselves. Hope you've liked this one, and we'll see you next episode. RC Fourbieman. Love you guys.